All right, it is Monday, and so it is time for your Murder Mystery Monday recommendation on behalf of Tom for Pod. My name is Kelly, also known as Better Off Red, and this week is going to be a little bit different. Okay, so I just finished the last of S.A. Cosby's traditionally published catalog, and so today I'm going to give you a read this if you like S.A. Cosby edition. Just know that these books are not in order of how I like them, they're in the order in which I read them. So if you like books that explore vigilante justice, challenge family dynamics, unlikely friendships, and just a lot of moral ambiguity, I think you would really love Razorblade Tears. Razorblade Tears was the first that I read. It's going to follow Ike and Buddy Lee. Again, an unlikely friendship or relationship, we'll say, because I don't know if we can really call them friends, but the story is remarkable as these two work together despite their differences. And through their working together for a common goal, it actually brings them together. It's gritty, it's hard hitting, but it's also phenomenal. If you like books that explore things like faith and morality, race and power, those type of struggles, and finding the evils in everyday places, All the Sinners Bleed is a good choice. This is going to follow Titus. Titus is the first Black sheriff in this town. And of course, with that comes with its own challenges, but he's also challenged with investigating a very, very serious crime that just took place. And it unearths a lot of just trauma and history within this town that are deeply rooted in race. And also, it unearths things that can be terrifying for most people. I just slapped my mic, sorry. Again, because the evils in this town were lurking in plain sight with everyday people. If you like stories that have a lot of unsolved family trauma, struggles with morality, and a moral compass that's just challenged by your basic survival needs, with secrets and lies, and also just enough arrogance and bravado for the main character that you kind of almost see the doom coming. King of Ashes would be the one for you. Now, I did get the arc of this. I don't have the physical copy. I did the audio and the EPUB for this particular book, but King of Ashes is really good. You're gonna follow the Carruthers family, the main character being Roman, and he is doing all the things. You decide if they're right or wrong, but it's all in the sake of family. But is it really at the root of him trying to help his family? And of course, he comes encounter with an element that he kind of meets his match on. And so this is a story that really is going to explore these family dynamics and just the different roles we play in our different families, and how our own selfish needs and desires can sometimes encompass all of that, and we can kind of lose sight of the big picture. Okay, if you like a story that is centered around a heist, it's not the main plot point, but it is a big driver, but also deals with, again, those family dynamics where we're battling, like, what is masculinity, what is being a man, also that struggles with just social economic issues with being on the brink of poverty or growing up in poverty. Combine that with fighting generational ghosts. Blacktop Wasteland. This book is going to follow Beau or Beauregard or Bug, depending on what you want to call him. And in this book, you just have this character who, for whatever reason, cannot let go of parts of his past and is driving so much of what he's doing in his present, and is going to have a huge effect on his future if he does not get it together. And you just see how his inability to let go of the past is really just anchoring him down. Even though he has such a support system and people in his corner champion for him, he just struggles to get right. And again, the heist isn't the main plot point. So if you're a person like, I don't like heists, still check it out. He is a getaway driver. He drives it like he stole it, and probably did. But it's very good. This was probably one of my favorites so far. Okay, for this last book, if you like books that are going to explore um, faith and hypocrisy within faith, and it's going to challenge, again, dealing in a situation where race is driving a lot of what's happening around you, combined with justice and revenge and just this underlining, teeming sense of just angst within this community. My Darkest Prayer will be a good one. I just hit myself in the face. Will be a good one to read. This one follows Nathan Waymaker. He is ex-military, ex-law enforcement, and kind of just had enough. Like, enough is enough with the establishment as a whole. But he also has this need to make right of certain situations, and within that, he has his own way of getting vigilante justice, not just for himself but for others. But he gets drawn into a situation where he just couldn't imagine what he was going to find. Helping out a member in the community was what he's going to find. But once he gets into it, of course, that's when everything starts to kind of go to shit. This was actually his first traditionally published novel, and I will honestly say this: his growth is evident because, of course, as writers write, you can tell where it's changed. But this was phenomenal. For this to be his first, it was phenomenal. And I kind of hate that I read it last, but I think it's great that I read it last also because, yeah, S.A. Cosby is a phenomenal writer. So if you have not read S.A. Cosby yet, and you've been just waiting to pick up, what are you waiting for? Take this as your sign to check out S.A. Cosby work. Again, I've read the 5 that are out. I'm hoping there's more to come. I will say this: check your content warnings. Always read safely, but they're gritty. They're going to challenge you to think and expand your own reality. And he paints such remarkable word pictures that I feel like you pulled into it. And I can attest to the fact that S.A. Cosby turned a non-thriller reader into a thriller reader. I've done every one of these as a buddy read. If you can read with a buddy, I think it makes them that much better because you're gonna want to talk, you're gonna want to scream. The voice notes are always good. The notes are always good with these, but S.A. Cosby, he's the best. I love him. Like I said, I still got to add King of Ashes to my physical collection, but that is your murder mystery recommendation for this week. Happy reading.